What up? It's Tread Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Saturday night or Sunday morning, and I still haven't figured out funny taglines for the weekend yet, so just happy weekend. Saturday nighters and Sunday morningers, all right? I'll think of something quick, don't worry. All right, as most of you know by now, we are doing daily shows, yes, even on the weekend, 7 days a week. The Tread Out Loud show will be coming at you with the hottest topics in entertainment, viral, and pop culture news, all right? Today, we have a great show set up for you guys today. We have a breaking story. Erika Kirk shocks the internet and the world, for that matter, with pictures of Charlie Kirk in his casket. In lead stories, there is a major Rico case unfolding, and iHeart Media is at the center of that case. We're going to go over the top 5 conspiracy theories over Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Fox News' Brian Kilmeade gets backlash for saying that he wants to just unalive homeless people. That's his solution. Also, both sides, Republicans and Democrats, both want Kash Patel, the FBI director, fired. In quick news, we're going to talk Cardi B, Erika Kirk again, Akon, LeBron James, Uber, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Draya Michele, and Jalen Green. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, and question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. I'm about to start this weekend show. Yeah. It's the weekend. We got to be dancing and partying, you know? Let's go. Our first breaking story. Erika Kirk posts her husband, Charlie Kirk, unalived in his casket. All right, so yesterday, around 10:30, 11 o'clock, Erika Kirk posted on her Instagram some pictures and videos that I'm about to show you. Some I cannot, or else the video will get taken down. For those of you who haven't seen it, go to our Instagram page. And it was shocking. I will say something though, just to take a little bit of a victory lap. We were one of the first people to get it out after she posted it. We posted it around 5 or 6 minutes after she did. So, you know, shout out to the Tread Out Loud show. All right, so we were one of the first people to get this online after she did. So much so that people across Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever was like, yo, this is fake. This is fake. Even one person on Twitter was like, yo, get this guy's account taken down. He's putting down fake pictures and fake videos. It took a while for people to realize, only until like the morning time to realize like, no, this is real. Like that's how shocking it was. Presently, right now, as I'm recording this, the post has 5 million likes, close to 200,000 comments, 336,000 reshares, like that's reshares on people's own pages, and 803,000 forwards. Like that's how crazy this post is. And I think the reason why is, of course, it's just shocking to see this. I mean, the last time we saw Charlie Kirk, we saw him being, you know, unalived in front of our eyes, but then you don't see him after that. And normally you don't, right? You see what lives on Instagram and online and all of that stuff. So it was just shocking to open up your phone and to see this hand. And okay, yeah, that's the only thing she showed. She didn't show his face or anything, but she showed his hand, like what you see in the picture here. And I also think like the color of him too was just really shocking. And I think maybe that's because he lost a lot of blood. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to read to you what she posted, what she wrote. She said, the world is evil, but our Savior, our Lord, our God, He is good. I will never have the words ever. The sound of this window creepy echoes throughout the world like a battle cry. I have no idea what any of this means, but baby, I know you do, and does our Lord. They have no idea what they have ignited within this wife. If they thought my husband's mission was big now, you have no idea. You, all of you, will never, ever forget my husband, Charlie Kirk. I'll make sure of it. In the arms of our Lord, baby, as he blankets you with the words, I know your heart always strives to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. All right, so that is what she posted. Like I said, I think part of it is his fans. Part of it is the words saying that, you don't know what you've ignited, which we're going to talk about in quick news. But it's gone completely viral, okay? I want you guys to sound off below and let me know what you think. I'm going to play part of the video and I've already put some of the pictures out as I was speaking, but here are some of the videos. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Ultimately, it is her husband. I would hope that she would know what Charlie would want. I think that's what's most important to me. I know if I had a wife, somebody who I have kids with, this is not somebody who I met a week ago or a couple of months ago. This is my wife and we have kids. She must know what her man would have wanted. I have a hard time believing that she's just selfishly doing whatever she wants in that time. I do personally myself feel like it is awkward to be grieving and telling somebody or having somebody record me while I'm grieving, knowing that I'm going to possibly put that out online somewhere. For me, that's not how I would want to grieve, but you can't tell somebody how to grieve, right? And you can't fault her for that at the end of the day, as much as you may want to. The other part of me feels like, and I think this is what's most important to her, even if Charlie wouldn't have wanted it, and even if she doesn't want it, I think all she's focused on right now, if you really dig into her words, I think she's more focused on amplifying Charlie's mission and Charlie's words and Charlie's mission. And maybe this makes her feel uncomfortable. Maybe this is something she doesn't want to do. But the stats that I just read out to you in less than 24 hours, how large scale this has gone, and this is just the beginning. I feel if anything, this is her way to make herself feel better through her grieving process, to say, I'm grieving, but I'm going to put everything into this fight. I'm going to put everything into what my husband was trying to build. And that is how she's able to sleep at night. So for me, not to say that like I'm forgiving her, because I don't need to forgive her, but I think that's what she's going through. And I think that's what's making me be more understanding in the moment. I will close off with this. As you guys know, I'm a huge mental health advocate. After years and years of therapy, I'm almost a trained therapist at this point. My therapist always says a good therapist will make you no longer need therapy because you could be your own therapist. So I'll close off with this. If I am correct, and that is what she's doing, it is a little bit dangerous of the fact that she's not taking her time to grieve. And if she's dealing with her grievances by going out, making public statements, working, doing all this, whatever, and not taking time to grieve, she might feel okay today, tomorrow, next week, but at some point when things calm down, and it will, even if it's 2 years from now, it's going to be harder for her to get over whatever she's dealing with instead of dealing with it at the outset. Some people, of course, it's hard to tell them that at the beginning. I'm sure she has people around her. But if I was around her, I would try to really drill that home and just deal with the pain now instead of pushing it down and having to deal with it at some point. Your body will always make you deal with whatever you're trying to run from. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. You guys sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Erika Kirk. All right, our second breaking story literally just happened. We just posted this on the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. Tyler Robinson was living with a trans male who was transitioning to a female. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I don't have the right up here. Literally just got to this. All right, here it is. All right, Charlie Kirk's alleged attacker, Tyler Robinson, was reportedly living with a trans person before the attack. According to Fox News, the partner, a male transitioning to female, is fully cooperating with the FBI. The Fox News analyst revealed on Twitter Saturday morning that the investigation has uncovered texts and other communications between Robinson and this individual, helping authorities confirm Robinson's identity. Helping authorities confirm Robinson's identity as the alleged assailant. Sorry, just got to this. This explosive revelation is sending shockwaves online as people react to the unexpected connection between the incident. Social media is buzzing, and the story is far from over. Right. Let me know what y'all think about this. I want to be careful with what I'm saying here. I think this is now going to be the bigger story. When they were in the manhunt, everybody on the right was like, it's the radical left. It was this. It's all that, like Trump. All these people were like left, crazy people. Even Benjamin Netanyahu, I've been saying it for the past 2 days, and I've been saying how horrible it was for them. Like, we haven't even caught the person. How do you know it's somebody on the left? How do you know it's a Democrat? How do you know it's this person or whatever? Then when the person was caught, when Tyler was caught, we gave you a big rundown, I think yesterday and even the day before. We told you about his parents. We told you he was very academic. He had scholarships. Both his parents were Republican. He's white. He's male. He's this and he's whatever. Quieted the rhetoric for a day. And then everybody on the left and progressives and everybody like, you see, you're always blaming us. It was now he was transgender. He was living with a transgender. He was this, he was that or whatever. And I just think this is going to start a whole big other conversation about that this is a setup and they're planting it to make it seem like, we should keep the right ignited and it could never have been one of us. Or B, people just using this as the catalyst to have more public discourse, more political back and forth. And I just think it's unfortunate, but it's just the world that we live in. I keep on saying it every day, how unfortunate it is that the Ukrainian woman on the train, Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, regardless of however you feel of Charlie Kirk's views, the bigger issue is GUN violence in Charlie Kirk's case, and the Ukrainian woman on the train, again, is violence and protection. So that's obviously just going to get pushed by the side because everyone's just going to use all of this for their points and to prove their points. Sound off below. Does this change anything? The fact that Tyler was living with somebody who's a transgender? Like, who cares? It's 2025. Like, that means nothing. Oh, and something to note. I think I was watching some other Fox or on CNN where there was a person, I think her name was Ellie. She was, young person. And she was saying that how the online gaming community is sitting down and laughing at all of this, both sides pointing pictures. The markings that were on the ammunition that was in the GUN and the sayings, it's a whole online gaming community. And apparently there was somebody on the online gaming community that I don't even want to misphrase it or whatever, but my whole point is that there has been acts like this of these guys who sit down and play these Call of Duty and all of this stuff, and it's like they're sitting down and they're so trapped up in their houses, and they get so caught up in these online world, and they want to go outside and live this life in real life. And apparently there's a whole underground community that's like, these guys are talking about these political this and the political that. It has nothing to do with it. And it's really about gamers and all of these things. So I just make that point, and sorry that I wasn't able to detail it. I was literally watching it as I was eating or cooking or something. Excuse me. I don't even cook. Oh no, I said that. I mean, warming up my food. But yeah, I just think that we should take our time when something like this happens, find out about the person, okay? and then be like, hey, this is the person that did that, instead of running to the point. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, sound off below and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our first lead story. All right, switching gears a little bit. I don't want every show to be about Tyler Robinson and Charlie Kirk. The FCC probes iHeart Media following accusations of payola law violations. All right, I have been talking to you guys about this, kind of sprinkling it in, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more context. There is a huge Rico case in the music industry developing, and I wanted to bring it to your guys' light. I know that you guys like court stuff. I know you guys like Rico, and this is something that is going to, what they're saying, shake up the music industry like never before in the past 50 or 60 years and change the course of music. So I wanted to bring it to you guys, all right? The Federal Communications Commission has warned radio station owners that it is cracking down on what it describes as payola practices. In a letter sent Monday to iHeart Media CEO Robert Pittman, FCC chairman, says the FCC is scrutinizing the company's activities, particularly around live music events it hosts throughout the year. Specifically, the FCC is pressing iHeart on whether it inappropriately pressures artists to perform without payment at events such as upcoming iHeart Media Festival in May. Sorry, my phone's going off. May the 3rd in Austin, Texas. By the way, this article is from February, but there's a reason why I'm giving you this, to give you the rest after, okay? It would be particularly concerning to me if, on the heels of the FCC enforcement advisory, iHeart is proceeding in a matter that does not comply with federal payola requirements, he writes in the letter. Indeed, I want to know whether iHeart is effectively and secretly enforcing musicians to choose between 1, receiving their usual, ordinary, and full-scale compensation for performing, or 2, receiving less favorable airplay at iHeart radio stations. Here refers to FCC September the 6th issues advisories that follow payola accusations. Oh my gosh, my phone keeps going off and I'm trying to put it on vibrate. Why isn't it going on vibrate? Oh my gosh, anyway, so I'll turn it off after. Sorry, guys. Reminding radio broadcasters that manipulating airplay based on artists' participations in radio events without proper disclosure violates federal laws. This upcoming iHeart event provides the commission with real-world examples of such events. Okay, now let me just put my phone on vibrate. Why does my light keep coming on? What is going on? So weird. I'm trying to put my phone on vibrate and my light keeps coming on. Anyways, guys. By the way, weekend shows are going to be a little bit more relaxed. I'm not going to be editing stuff or whatever. I'm just coming at you with the real, okay? And if my phone keeps going off, I don't know why, because for some reason my button has changed and now this is the light button. Look, it's supposed to be going on vibrate. Anyways, well, I can't put my phone on vibrate. Anyways, maybe I could do it inside here. Sounds. Silent mode. Boom. I put it on manually. All right. I'll fix that after. Okay. Getting back to the show. Okay. So the reason I wanted to read this to you that was in February, apparently at this country music awards, there was still some of it going on. And also, we all know about Drake's case that's going on, which is, I think, the catalyst that made this even a bigger story. Now, let me just break down to you what I read quickly. Basically, what they're saying is most artists that perform at festivals charge anywhere from, like, A-list celebrities. They'll charge anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million to perform at, like, Rolling Loud or et cetera, big summer festivals. What the FCC is accusing the iHeart Radio of doing is saying, hey, perform at our festivals. We're not going to pay you, but in return, we're going to give you a lot of spins at radio and we'll help your song go number one. When your song goes number one, you automatically sell more albums, you get chart topping, you could go back to your label and say, hey, I want to renegotiate my contract because now I have 3 number 1 songs. You get how it happens? That is wrong. That is wrong. Like, you cannot do that according to FCC rules. There's also the fact of the bot system and over at Spotify. So here is something here. So academics recently claimed that Spotify was raided by the feds, looking like the final crackdown on the laundering going on behind the scenes. So this is Spotify freezes global charts. Spotify global charts are delayed for the fourth consecutive day, September the 5th till 8th. Now, here is a result of that freezing. Kendrick Lamar has lost 1 billion streams while Drake's numbers has stayed the same. I'll try to zoom in here. You'll see Drake was at 1.5 billion. Kendrick Lamar was at 1.7. And now you see Kendrick Lamar is at 700 million. He lost a billion. Okay. So here's Funkmaster Flex. It says Drake is 100% right. Radio play per song. Drake doesn't pay for plays. Pop radio, they charge $350,000. Urban radio, $250,000, showcasing, etc. Now, I'm going to play some videos here for you. One from Peter Rosenberg, one from Rory, and one from a guy who's saying he knows how payola works. This all goes into Rico. For those who were following me when I was daily at the Diddy trial, you know about Rico. Rico, it shows that a criminal organization coming together collectively to perform illegal activity. All you need is two of the, I think, 35 predicate acts. That's a Rico, which makes this super interesting. For those of you who don't know anything about the music industry, payola is not something that we think happens. It's something that the entire world knows happens. And it's been happening since Elvis Presley, Little Richard, like since the beginning of radio, this has been going on. This is why when Drake came out and filed this lawsuit, he is probably the only first artist to ever actually file a lawsuit. Artists have said, talked, or whatever, but to actually file and make this claim, it's crazy. And he said when he was beefing with Kendrick, he's like, yo, I got a red button that I could push. Now, y'all know that, of course, Drake is bitter that he lost the battle and all of that stuff or whatever. But Drake's claim is, yo, I want you to renegotiate my contract. I know what you did. You wanted to make me look bad, so I wouldn't get my $1 billion contract. So if you don't want to renegotiate, I'm just going to expose everything. People are mad at him because he's like, well, you are part of the system. Drake, I guess, is at a point where he's like, I have enough money. Okay, I don't care. Let's just blow up the entire system. So my whole 10 years or 10 year plus in the music industry, this is like the most shocking thing I've ever seen. And I think that's why I'm so invested in it. I forgot to even play these videos for you. Let me play these videos. And then I'm going to show you one more video that Rory said on his podcast that's shocking because this is the first time that we have a DJ at a radio station's name attached to this case. So take a listen to these 3 videos and then we'll come back.
The amount of GNX we played surprised even me.
There is a very, very big lawsuit coming within the music industry and radio specifically.
Why?
I know how much it costs to take a record top 40, and it doesn't have to be a good record. And if I have the money, I could take any single record I want and put it in the top 40.
Okay, now here is Rory saying that he saw the paperwork, and listen to the DJ's name that he says is in the paperwork. They bleep it out after, but read his lips, and I'm sure you can figure it out. Take a look.
We will probably be on that stand as well, cuffed to DJ. So we will probably be on that stand as well, cuffed to DJ.
All right, it's pretty clear. He says DJ Envy. So DJ Envy, part of the Breakfast Club, Hall of Fame on iHeartRadio, the biggest morning show on the planet. All right. Now, as y'all know, I'm affiliated with iHeartRadio because my podcast is on iHeartRadio. 2, affiliated with Charlemagne. I have worked with him over the past 3 years at his mental health conference. I will be back there for a 3rd year in a row this coming, I think it's October the 12th, for a mental health conference, this time in Jersey instead of New York City. I'll tell you about that in a couple of days. So yes, this is family to me. However, regardless of the fan association, I got to report it to you. And if Envy is caught up in this is really not good. It doesn't look good for the Breakfast Club. It doesn't look good for anybody. So it's already gotten out on the web. You know, Rory has talked about it. We will see what comes of this, but from what I know now is that we are weeks away from having one of the most explosive court cases in modern history and by far the biggest music bombshell of all time. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to our second lead story. All right, I just want to go over kind of quickly the top 5 conspiracy theories that is going on about Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Okay, I think I've played like 1 or 2 for you here, but as the days go on, more and more things are coming up, and I just want to run it by you guys. Let me know if you think this is totally frivolous, it's totally crazy, or there's some merit to them, okay? So 1, I played this for you guys a couple of days ago, so we will go through this one quickly. I'll play the video right here beside me. The guy in the white hat doing the signs, like this guy, the other guy touching his arm. When I first saw it, I was like, all right, it looks like somebody just, then the next day, then it kind of caught up, and then we posted it and was like, the internet is asking for the FBI to look into this. Now today, apparently, the FBI is actually looking and speaking to these guys. I ask you, does it look like these guys might be into it? The only reason why I don't really think it really makes sense is because the only thing that these guys would be signaling is when to actually commit the act. And people are saying online that, as I told you guys, I think it was like on Tuesday, like his last words were, because he was arguing back and forth and somebody asked him about like how many mass unalivings has there been, and he said, is that counting or not counting gang violence? And it was at that time that he got unalived, and that was his last words. I just think if somebody is putting all of this together to unalive Charlie Kirk, I really think it would be a lot to be like, let me hire 2 guys so that they could listen and tell me exactly when, so that I could, he could get unalived saying one of the craziest things that he said, and that will be his last words. I mean, it's enough that you unalive the guy. I think to say like, let's plan his last words would be a stretch. For me, I think it's a little bit extra, but y'all sound off below. The second theory is that there are multiple people involved, multiple people that were helping Tyler Robinson. This one, for me, it's maybe possible. When we first heard Tyler Robinson's name, we did hear about a story that ended up not being true, where one of his friends said that he was talking to him on an app called Discord, and he was telling him that he hid the GUN in the forest. He wants to go and pick it up. Discord came back and said, hey, that is not true. This was 2 other different guys speaking. Tyler Robinson's account was not saying this. So I think that's where it started. I do think, though, that now that we know that he was not like a trained like army sniper, and the fact if he did pull all of this off by himself, and keep in mind, the FBI did not catch him. He turned himself in after speaking with his father. So a 22-year-old, I know he's smart. I know he got scholarships and stuff, but for a 22-year-old to plan all of this by himself and, jump off the roof, evade the police and all of this stuff, and drive 3.5 hours home and be just chilling in his house, and the FBI doesn't know who he is, there may be something else at play here. Okay, so that's my opinion. Second one, that Charlie was wearing a vest, a protective vest. I don't want to say the B word. The protective vest. So I'm going to play a video for you where you're going to see where they're saying like there was a dot here that it kind of ricocheted off the vest and then it went to his neck. Look, there's a lot of like, AI and China and, Russia and people trying to like infiltrate and like kind of like mess up people's minds. So I'm going to chalk this up to that, but I'm not opposed to, some alternate theory. So I'm not really believing this one, but I'm not going to totally like deny it. There could be something going on, but let's look at the video. Take a look. All right. So our 4th conspiracy theory is that this was an act committed by the political left, radical left wing, and they set all of this up to try to silence Charlie. I don't think that this is the case, because you can never silence somebody like that. That only, like his wife said, and we'll talk about it in quick news, this only makes the voice bigger. So I think the only person that gets hurt here is the family, right? His wife, his kids, his like immediate family. But his organization will benefit. His message, his word will always be bigger. Like it sucks that it's like that, but Martin Luther King, who else? Martin Luther King. Who else was I going to say? It was Martin Luther King. Anybody who gets like unalived, especially in the act of doing whatever they believe in, their words get amplified. Even take something as small as Tupac and Biggie. Like they're amplified because of what happened, right? You don't silence a voice like that. So I don't think to say like if the left wanted to orchestrate something to silence them, I don't think they would do something to make the voice bigger. The last one is that this is done by foreign adversaries. They're trying to say that maybe Israel was involved. Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted at the same time as Donald Trump. Look, you know me, I try not to get into like foreign affairs and go like that wide out. I mean, this was supposed to be like an entertainment podcast, and I try not to have too much politics in, but politics is so mainstream right now that I talk about it. I don't want to talk about Israel and Ukraine and all of that stuff. I think that is a stretch. If you just ask me personally, I just want to leave it at that. There is a bonus one that I do want to say, because I said this, 4 or 5 days ago, and depending on where it was posted, it got backlash and some didn't. On TikTok, people are like, yeah, I agree with you. And then some people on Instagram are like, no, I'm unfollowing you. So I was like, all right. And again, it's still alleged, still whatever. It's just a theory, just like all these other theories are. But the theory is that somebody on the right orchestrated this. Now, I'm not saying that somebody orchestrated it on the right. I'm not saying it was Donald Trump. It's funny that, just sidebar timeout, it's funny that every other theory that I say, people are like, no. But if I say a theory about Trump, it's like, what? How could you say that about Donald Trump? We're unfollowing you. It's a theory. And I'm just saying what would make sense. Like the left, it doesn't make sense. But for the right, it would make sense if this was a setup, because it riles their base. It gets people talking. It gets Charlie Kirk supporters more ignited, more willing to go out and fight the fight. So I just wanted to read to you somebody on Twitter that brought this up. He goes by the name of Morgan J. Friedman, and he posted this on Twitter, and he said, how do we know Trump didn't order Kirk'S unaliver as a distraction for Epstein and a tactic to start civil unrest? He needs to declare martial law and delay the 2026 midterms. Okay. This tweet basically is pretty much what I said 4 days ago. This tweet got 2.4 million views, got 60,000 likes, and Morgan Freeman has close to 500,000 followers. It's a theory. And I'm not saying that somebody in Trump's orbit did this. I'm just saying it will be way more beneficial if they did than the left. All right. So you guys sound off below. Let me know if any of these theories make sense to you or what you think about them in the comment section below. And don't drag me for giving you the Trump theory. All right. Our third lead story. Fox News' Brian Kilmeade gets backlash for saying this about homeless people. Just unalive them. This is crazy. Fox News shocker hosts suggest unaliving people with mental health struggles. A recent Fox and Friends segment on mental health crisis has sent shockwaves across social media, and for good reason. Host Lawrence Jones and Brian sparked outrage after suggesting extreme measures for those struggling with mental illness. Take a listen.
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why?
Social media erupted, slamming the host for their inhumane remarks and questioned Fox News' stance on mental health. All right. Look, I already talked about mental health today. I don't think there's an episode that goes by where I don't drop some information about mental health. This is horrible. It's disgusting. Brian Kilmeade should be fired immediately for saying anything remotely close to this. Somebody got fired at MSNBC for like saying something about Charlie Kirk. I don't even remember what it is at this point. This guy should be fired. This is just horrible. Look, I understand the homelessness and everything, and money, and how hard it is, and I even understand people's lack of understanding for mental health. I get it. As much as an advocate as I am, I get it. I get some people don't believe in mental health. I get that some people don't understand it. I only understand it so much because I'm trained in it, and I've been so engulfed in it in the past, I don't know, 5 to 6 years of my life. I get it. I've always had a basis of it from I was a teenager, but I get it. But even the people who don't believe in it, and even the people who feel like whatever is happening, just go out there and work and truck through it. Mental health is, it's just an excuse and it's a woke thing and whatever, blah, blah. Regardless of your beliefs, you should never say that somebody should just be unalived when they're down and out and they're not in a place where they can help themselves. That's just wrong. And I think you all agree with me, but comment in the comment section below. All right, our fourth lead story. Both Republicans and Democrats demand Kash Patel fired over Charlie Kirk mishandling. All right, politics just got even messier. Both sides of the aisle are calling for Kash Patel's head after a massive misstep involving Charlie Kirk. What started as an internal dispute has exploded into a full-blown scandal, with lawmakers and political commentaries alike slamming Kash Patel's decision-making. Social media is on fire, with users from every corner of the political spectrum demanding accountability. All right, for those of you, who followed any of this Charlie Kirk business, you know that Kash Patel completely messed up. He tweeted that somebody was captured. He went down there to the scene while the investigation was going on. The FBI director is not supposed to be there on site. To move around the FBI director takes resources. Why are you there? And then the first night that he was there, he didn't even speak. He's been making major missteps, and people are fed up about it. However, having said all of that, I think that this should be swept under the rug. I feel like there is so many more things that are important, like GUN violence, understanding Tyler Robinson, what he did, if it's a mental thing or whatever, understanding that situation, understanding how to prevent that situation, talking about the Ukrainian woman. I feel like that's been swept under the rug. And of course, the Epstein files, which was voted on by the Republicans to not make public the day that Charlie Kirk was unalived. And nobody's talking about that. So to add now, Kash Patel, and the whole week is going to be about Kash Patel. I don't care. We already know that Kash wasn't qualified. We already know that he was not great. We already know that Donald Trump wants the head of all these divisions to be his loyalist, to make sure that they never come after him. They're supposed to be independent branches of government, and he wants to put his people there. The secret's been out a long time ago. You didn't expect Kash Patel to come and be one of the best FBI directors on the planet, did you? No, just like you don't expect Pete Hegseth to be amazing at the Pentagon or whoever else is there. So they're already there. They're not going to get fired. Nothing's going to happen. So media or whatever, I would just leave it and focus on the more important things, like the Epstein files. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. All right, Cardi B seen in the NYC train selling her CDs. All right, y'all know how much I love Cardi B. I told you guys about this already. Cardi B is traveling to the major cities in the US, and her promo is, I'm a broke mother of 3. Atlantic Records is not helping me promote my album. I got to go to the streets, like how you see on Canal Street, or you see in Brooklyn or on Flatbush. I'm going to put out a sheet on the floor and sell my CDs, or I got to go around on the train trying to get money. Brilliant rollout. And Cardi B is a street girl, right? This is where she comes from, Bronx, hood chick. And I love that she is a huge megastar and saying, yo, I'm going back to my roots and I'm going back to my people. Love the rollout, love the court rollout, and love this rollout. Here is Cardi B on the train. I'm also going to show you Cardi B with culture at a fashion event. And then I'm going to show you Cardi B in New York City. I'm going to post it on the Trend Out Loud Show Instagram. There's like a bunch of videos, but we're already running along. So I'm only going to play a couple. But anyways, here's Cardi B's album rollout.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm out here trying to sell these CDs. I'm trying to change my life around. I used to be a professional ballerina. Well, trying to make a better example for my kids. If you could please buy my new album, Am I the Drama? Am I the Drama? I just, oh my God, 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 oh my God. Get me out of here. Please.
All right, our second quick story. If you thought my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. All right, listen to Erika Kirk. Did I say Erika Mena before? I've been saying that a couple of times and I have to go back. If I said Erika Mena, I'm sorry. Erika Kirk. Anyways, take a listen.
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country. In this world, you have no idea.
All right, I'm not going to take long on this because I already spoke about it. I didn't even know that I was going to speak about it. That's why I wanted to put it in quick news. But the thing that I am not like loving about this tone, and again, I understand she's grieving. I understand she's a mom of 2 and she's going through a hard time. I totally get that. I just don't like the aggressive kind of tone, the kind of tone where she's indirectly kind of hinting to Charlie Kirk supporters to be like, yo, get ready. Let's get mobilized. Remember Trump? Like, Proud Boys, stand up and stand by. Like, it's like, get ready, y'all, because we are going. And I get it. I understand. Like, I get it. I just feel like it's not productive and it's not going to get us anywhere. And I think yesterday's episode or the day before, I already played you a candlelight visual of a little bit of chaos breaking out. And I'm sure there has been other instances and I'm sure it's just going to keep getting worse. So videos like this don't help it. But again, as the understanding person I am, I can understand her pain. By the way, while we are on the Charlie Tyler thing, I forgot to tell you guys one thing. For those watching the whole show, I just forgot this. I have 2 little updates about Tyler. We all know that his father was the one who turned him in after seeing the video and seeing the pictures. And he was like, yo, Tyler, you need to turn yourself in. I have found out that he told his father he would rather be unalived than to turn himself in. Those were his words. That's what his father was saying. And presently right now, as we speak, Tyler, I think it's been 24 hours since he's been arrested. He has not 24 or 48 hours. He has not spoken to the police. He is not speaking to the police. Those are 2 little updates. What does that tell you? Can I tell you 1 or 2 things? A, and I kind of hinted this before, he might get a lawyer. This is a defense attorney's dream, by the way. He might get a lawyer and try to get off. You know, Luigi Mangione is being represented by the same guys who are representing Diddy, Mark Agnifilo, and his wife. I was literally sitting in front of her every day in a court. Well, not every day, but the day she came, speaking to her. She and Mark are representing. By the way, I'm going to be covering that trial. So we do know that he maybe has a little bit of an alibi. They see him showing up in a different outfit, parking his car, going into the school. They lose him. They see what they think is Tyler Robinson on the roof in a whole different outfit coming out, and then they lose him. And then they see Tyler Robinson in the first outfit go back in his car and go away. They are going to have to prove that the person on the roof is the same person that came in that Dodge Charger and drove away. There's half of a handprint, some forearm prints. They say some DNA. They are going to have to prove. So the fact that he's in there not speaking right now, not talking, waiting for a lawyer. It's either he would just rather be unalived and they'll give him the unaliving penalty. And I told you guys yesterday that's what they're asking for. Or he's keeping his mouth shut and just preparing for his defense, which would be, oh my gosh. Could you imagine this goes to court and he pleads not guilty? The whole next year, I'll just be reporting on trials. It will be Luigi Mangione and Tyler Robinson. It's going to be crazy. I don't want to go to Utah though. Another piece of information. Somebody was saying something about social media and all the negative things that we're seeing on social media, and this was such a good little tidbit that I want to share with you guys. Some research firm did this and said 98.5% of all the things posted about Charlie Kirk are positive. 1.5% is negative. But the way the algorithm works, that 1.5 has been amplified over 100 million times. So if you ask people, they'll say, all I hear is negative things about Charlie. But it's because that 1.5% is being amplified by the algorithm and not really what the world is feeling. That's why the Utah governor, forgot his name, something Cox, was like, get off online, get off of social media, go and touch grass, because what's really on social media is not really the world. What is this? Oh, this was something else I was going to tell you about, but we're off of it. All right. Let me know what you think about Erika Kirk's comments and kind of like indirectly mobilizing people in the comment section below. Our third quick story. Akon's wife has filed for divorce just 4 days before what would have been their 29th wedding anniversary. Akon and his wife of 28 years are getting divorced after she filed for separation. She is seeking spousal support and joint custody of their 17-year-old daughter. According to Billboard, they cited irreconcilable differences as a reason for their split. His wife also submitted a request for a judge to block Akon's ability to be awarded spousal support, which is interesting considering he's reportedly worth upwards of $80 million. His wife, or presumably ex-wife, filing took Akon supporters by surprise as she submitted the paperwork just 3 days before the couple's 29th wedding anniversary. Akon has 4 wives. What? I didn't see that part coming. Akon has 4 wives and 9 children. So his home definitely won't be empty following one of these wives chucking up the deuces. Hopefully, his other 3 wives will be able to comfort him during this difficult time. Okay, normally, I just run through before I read it to you guys. I've been so busy with all this Charlie Kirk stuff and posting. That's a little bit of a shocker to me. This man has 4 wives. I know he's African and stuff, but he has 4 wives. Anyway, I don't even know what to say. I'm a little speechless. Do y'all sound off in the comment section below? Our fourth quick story. Braun unbothered by fan running on stage. All right, nothing really to see here. LeBron was on stage and some guy ran up to him and LeBron just stayed there with his hands behind his back and everyone's like, oh yeah, he doesn't move. He's fearless. He's like Kobe Bryant. For all my Kobe fans, you know that time when, who was it? Oh my gosh, and he has a podcast now. Anyways, he put the ball in Kobe's face to kind of check him, and Kobe Bryant didn't flinch not for a second. If you notice, LeBron James, I'll play the video for you. You'll see his leg kind of moves back, but then he keeps he's trying to hold himself still to act like he didn't move. Bron, you were a little shook, which is understandable. Somebody runs at me on stage, I'm gonna be a little shook too. But the fact that he tried to play it off like he wasn't shook is ugh. Some reasons why LeBron bothers me. Anyways, take a look. He's so extra. Bro, just move away nobody would fault you. Move away or run up to him and be like, yeah, what's up? But standing there acting ugh. Anyways, we have more show to do, more important things. Our fifth quick story. Starting 2026, Uber will let users book helicopters and seaplane rides directly through its app. Let me just jump through this here. The service will focus on popular routes like Manhattan to JFK, which already see around 50,000 travelers a year. This move also paves the way for Joby battery electric air taxis with a debut start in Dubai in 2026 before rolling out in major US cities. Battery electric air taxis? Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, the Jetsons are here, man. Of course, we do know this is coming, the air travel, robot taxis and stuff. I'm all here for it. You guys know anything that's technology, anything that's forward, anything that's making our time easier. Social media, I don't mind it. AI, I don't mind it. And this, I don't mind it. I remember one time, I'm sure you guys do too, when I was running late at the Diddy trial and tried to catch the plane. Everybody told me I wouldn't make it. I found a taxi driver. I gave him $200. And I was like, please, I cannot miss my flight. I need to get home. I remember why. I was like, there's a party or something at my dad's or whatever. I'm like, I cannot miss my flight. But I didn't want to leave the Diddy case. It was one of those days where like they were just dragging on. And I just left. And everybody told me like, it's impossible. I found a taxi to get there. Having said all of that, if there was this helicopter or this plane, I could just Uber a plane to JFK. Woo! Sign me up, Uber. Our sixth quick story. Magic Johnson says Michael Jordan is the GOAT over LeBron James. Do I even need to play a clip for you guys? Guys, listen, okay? This should not be a conversation. Michael Jordan is a god. He's non-human. LeBron James is a really, really, really good once-in-a-generation basketball player. He's not a god. As simple as that. It is what it is. Sorry, I was about to say there will never be. That's not fair. There could be one day, but there hasn't ever been a Michael Jordan. I personally don't think we will ever see it again personally. 3 back-to-back. So that's 2 3-peats with only having 2 years in between. And that's because his father was unalived. So if you do the math, he probably could have gone 8 in a row. Never lost in the finals. I don't want to hear all of LeBron's stats and the points and how long he's been around and la, 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 la. That's not basketball to me. I don't care about regular season stats and all of that stuff. However, I judge all sports off of that, and you could disagree with me. Sports are about moments and about heart and about championships. Simple as that. And I get it. You're going to tell me Will Chamberlain has this amount or this person, whatever, and Robert Horry has 6 rings too. I get it. But it's the person that got those 6 rings and the manner that they got it in the time that they got it in. And you can also put a lot of Jordan stats against LeBron James. So when you add that all up in, Jordan's the GOAT, all right? Sound off and yell at me below if you'd like. All right, let's get through this one quickly. Our 7th quick story. Draya Michele and Jalen Green, explosive New York Fashion Week fight caught on camera. All right, it's really not that explosive. They're just kind of like getting into an argument. I'm actually just going to, should I play this as I'm just going to play this as I talk. Actually, no, because you're going to hear a little bit of the words. Take a listen. According to the Daily Mail, the couple went outside of the Soho Hotel around 2 a.m. and yes, cameras were rolling. Jalen confronted Jaden, who snapped back and even looked like he was about to maybe put hands on her. And apparently people are saying that he was like, yo, I might swing on you. Now, there has been some reports. We did not post. We posted this story, but she put out this video of them like making up. I'll show it to you. I'll play it for you. Look at this. How is that y'all making up when you're not even in the same outfits? Like, give me a break. Anyways, the reason why everything that Draya and Jalen do is because Draya is 40 years old. Jalen is 23. That whole sugar mama, you trapped him, you had a baby, this or whatever. And look, she doesn't even treat him well and everything. That's always the drama between these two. And like, I don't know. I talk about it, but it's like, if they were the same age, nobody would care. If they were both 40 or if they were both 23, it would literally, like, this wouldn't even be a story. If they looked at every opportunity they can to talk about Draya because she's dating an NBA player that's 17 years younger than her. And to me, he's 23 years old. He's a grown man. Okay. And what? Y'all sound off below and let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right. This brings us to comments, social discussion, Aura, and memberships. All right. We're going to run through this quickly. All right. As most of you know by now, we have started memberships. We are working with YouTube to fix the join button. For those of you who are on desktop, you'll see the join button. Sign up to our memberships on iPhones or phones. We are working on it, but it will be in the link below right there. You'll see join the Trend Out Loud membership. And also we'll put it in the comment section and we'll pin it at the top. For those of you who haven't heard yet, we have started a membership program. With our memberships, you will get loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live streams, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. Also, we are going to start a new segment. We haven't named it yet, but the name that is in the running lead is Run It by Trent. We may also go with Ask Trent's Advice. Trent, what am I doing wrong? Ask Trent to fix it, or what does Trent think? In the meantime, we're going to kick it off in around 25 days-ish. So sign up now because you'll still get some exclusive perks before we get to that new segment. All right. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait to talk to y'all like one-on-one and get to know y'all better. So make sure you sign up. Before we go over the comments and social discussion, I have an important question for you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers and they sell your data and they do it without your consent and make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That's why I recommended today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. If any of you have ever shopped online even one time, your information is out there. And these companies, these data brokers have a way of taking your information and selling it. Aura could take that all off for you absolutely for free for 14 days. And they can keep it off. All right. So make sure y'all sign up. I'll put the QR code up in a second. With Aura, you also get alerts if any of your personal information is found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card or banking is found, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they also have 24/7 US-based customer service, and they have a $5 million identity theft insurance package. If anything does go wrong, you're insured. It's the best in the business. It's the best bang for your buck, and it's free for 14 days. Make sure y'all sign up. For those of you who have never heard of Aura, they used to be the jersey logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. If Aura could team up with the NBA, and if Aura could team up with the Trend Out Loud show, you and Aura can team up as well. Hey, that's my new tagline. I'm going to charge Aura for that. All right. Oh, yeah, sorry. Here is the QR code beside me. Boom, boom, boom. Take out your phones, point it at there. Boom, follow the link. Free. Sign up, all right? Now, comment of the day, I have one really positive. I just wanted to highlight something here. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. I know most of you guys, your handles are not really your name. So LICIEE 14. I'm even going to try to pronounce that with my dyslexia. But guys, try to put your names if your name is not in your handle, okay? And if this is your name, I'm really sorry that I'm not pronouncing it, and I'm scared to try to pronounce it. Anyways, it says, congrats on all your success. Your story is inspiring. We love the fact that you address trending topics. I'm so happy I subscribed to your channel. So much love from Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, a lot of things that I love about there. One, your city and country. Love when you guys put that in there. Love Texas, by the way. Everything's bigger in Texas. I've been out there like once or twice modeling. Another thing, when you said congratulations, your story is inspiring. I really love that because I know that was from the past 2 days of me talking about my journey, etc. And I'm not going to do it again today. But that is really, really the entire purpose of this podcast. Even when I'm talking about trending topics, and I'm going to talk about that sentence too, even when I'm talking about trending topics, whether it be Charlie Kirk, whether it be Erika Kirk, whether it be Diddy, whether it be the music industry, I always try to infuse my story and my lessons and the things that I've learned from my vast, crazy journey of life and give you guys some gems. And that's why I like here when you said, I love the fact that you address trending topics. And I know some of you guys don't agree with me sometimes, and that is fine. And that's the point of this show and the point why I always read out a comment or tell you guys to comment. But really, the crux of all of this and the point why I do all of this, and even more excited to do it daily, is to to try to give you guys something, whether it's just one thing that you take away from something that I've said and from the lessons I have learned and the vast amounts of mistake. That's the whole reason why I wrote my 2 books, and I'm writing my 3rd, and I do mental health conferences, and I want my life to be a lesson and to get amplified to help other people. That's what I want to do more than anything. So I'm happy you found my channel, and you're happy you found my channel. Thank you so much. Shout out to Texas. All right. Today's social discussion is, let me find it. Do you guys like that I'm not like super editing? I think I'm going to do more our shows like this. Like, hey, I'm looking for something in my phone. Oh, I can't even put my phone off of silent. Let me try it now. Wow, I can't even take it off of silent. The light still goes on. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of like gives you a little bit of a live feel, right? So I'm going to try to do that more. Anyways, social discussion of the day is OnlyFans emerges as the top site. See, I would have like redid this. OnlyFans emerges as the top site hustle on college campuses. OnlyFans is blowing up on college campuses, and it's not just a hush-hush side hustle anymore. What started as a way for a few students to make extra cash has exploded into a mainstream trend, with millions joining the platform for fast money and financial freedom. Tuition, rent, and living costs keep climbing, and OnlyFans offers what feels like an easy answer. But experts are waving the red flag. There are real risks around mental health, privacy, and even future job opportunities. It's a culture shift happening in real life, and everyone on campus is talking about it. What do you think? Side hustle of the future or a risky trend gone too far? Let me know what you guys think below. All right. I've been saying this for the past couple of months. If you hear a teacher on OnlyFans and this on OnlyFans, etc., and I was like, it's safe. It takes away the middleman. It takes away the PIMP. It takes away, women going out on the street. Like, it's safe. It's empowering. So I've asked this question a couple of times. Now, there's a big asterisk beside it. Everybody hears OnlyFans and they think that it's PORN. It's not that. It's not always NUDE either. OnlyFans actually started out as a way for somebody to connect with their main fans and a way to monetize. People would put content on Instagram, and Instagram now has caught up and now it has subscriptions. But before that, OnlyFans was out there. It was, you want to have a cooking show? Charge people to sign up to your cooking channel. You want to talk about golf? That's how it started up. In 2020, when you guys know what happened, the whole world shifted and everybody had to be inside. And a lot of these people who used to dance at these clubs or be out in the street that couldn't be out in the street gravitated to OnlyFans. They went from $350 million a year to like $6 billion. So that's why OnlyFans has that rep. But the question and the social discussion is, if you have an OnlyFans account, and let's just say, for example, you are not doing any PORN and you don't have any NUDEs, and you maybe have some suggestive stuff on there, is it wrong? Is it bad? Half of the money that people make from OnlyFans is direct DMs and requests. We've heard women say this before. You want to take me out for dinner? I'm not really interested in you, but if you pay me $1,000, I will go. That has been in our social discussion. There was a tennis player at the US Open that did that. That is what OnlyFans could do too. So guys are like running up in girls' DMs on Instagram. Girls are like leaving them unread. Go over to my OnlyFans. You want to talk to me? Cool. Go to my OnlyFans, DM me there. It costs $20 for me to answer you. Some guys will pay the $50 to talk to you. You want a video call with me? No problem. It's $100. You could decide to charge whatever you want. So again, I'm not saying it's right or I'm not saying it's wrong. It's a discussion. I understand the what's the word I'm looking for? The stigma or even the reality of selling yourself. But is selling your time speaking to somebody, is that prostitution? Like where does the line begin and when does it end? The thing that scares me about this is women starting it saying, I'm just going to DM or I'm just going to answer, or I'm just going to video call and I'm not going to go further. That's what happens when you start DRUGs, right? It's I'll just do this or I'll just do that. And then it leads to something. And hey, I'm making money doing this. And then just takes a guy to be like, I'll offer you $2,000 for this. No, I'm not that type of person. I'll offer you $5. I'll offer you 10. Okay, 10, boom. And then you do it. And you cross that line you said you were never going to cross. You're like, it's for 10 G's though. And I was able to pay my mortgage and I was late on my rent. And then it's like, all right, maybe I'll do it again. It wasn't so bad. And then now you get caught up and now you're no longer who you were when you began. I think for me, that is the fear. But I'll leave it to you guys to discuss. What do you think about all of this in the comment section below? All right, this brings us to question of the day. Could you date somebody who never wanted to leave their hometown? Somebody says, nah, I want to travel, see the world, and see people live. Gotta have compassion with similar mindsets and values. Oh, sorry, compassion. There's my dyslexia. Gotta have a companion with similar mindset and values. Somebody said, absolutely not. I don't want somebody with a small mindset. Somebody says, now I can be one to explore her places. Okay, no, I'm not going to say that. Sorry. I should read these things before I read it out to you. Depends if I like my hometown or not. Another person said, this is going to be a small town thing because we don't think like that at NYC. Somebody says, if she is rich. Another person said no. Another person said no. Depending on where hometown is and do we live together right now. Another person said date, yes. I'm going to really I read this a little bit differently. Would you date somebody who never wanted to leave their hometown? I took it as who never wanted to leave their hometown, like to move permanently, not on vacation. And it's kind of vague. So I'm going to ask you guys, would you ever date somebody that was like, let's say you both meet in New York City and be like, yo, I'll never leave New York. Like, I don't care what job or whatever, we're never leaving here. I particularly would never date somebody like that because I never want to put myself or keep myself in a box. I understand, wanting to stay near your family. Like for me, I like being by my family for sure. But, I would want to respect the person who I'm with. And if they were like, no, I would never leave for whatever your reasons are, I just couldn't have that, especially me in the job that I do in the entertainment industry, whether I'm modeling, whether even if with my stores, I would never just want to have a store in one place. I had a national brand. Part of my job was flying to a different province every other day because I had to check on my stores and have meetings and doing whatever. So I have never been, since I was a teenager, been a one city place guy, model. I was an international model. I traveled around the world working. So for me, I know who I am and I haven't even begun in my head. So you have to know who you're dating and who you're falling in love with, and they have to have a similar mindset or you guys are just going to be unhappy because who wants to give that up, right? Anyways, comment below. Let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all, that is it for my first Saturday night, Sunday show. I hope you guys liked it. That's 7 days in a row. Woo! Go Trent Out Loud. I like it. I'm having fun, man. I love this. Coming at you 7 days a week. All right, before I let you go, just want to remind you about signing up to the membership. Like I said, we were working on getting that join button. We know most of the people on their phone cannot see where to sign up to memberships. If you're on your desktop, you will see the join button beside the subscribe button. Click that, join in. We have some fun at different levels there. It will be in the description below, and it will be in the comment section. Just click that link and follow and sign up to memberships. Also, I'll put the QR code beside me. Make sure you sign up for Aura. Aura is the best digital security platform on the planet. If you've even ever shopped online on your phone or on your computer, you're vulnerable, and Aura could remove everything and protect you. Everybody that had signed up has always put comments in the comment section or emailed or DM and be like, yo, I signed up for me and I took the whole family pack. It's amazing. Just follow the link and you will see. All right. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen on podcasts, we're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily now, 7 days a week. For those of you like me who prefer to digest shows like this on video, make sure y'all head over to YouTube. 5 things I'm going to need you to do over on YouTube. 1, hit that subscribe button. 2, hit that like button. 3, make sure you comment. I do this show with you. This is our show, all right? If you do not comment, I am literally just talking by myself, and that is boring. For those of you who don't want to join in on the comments, I totally get it. Just write, hey, listening from here. This is a global podcast. I love to see the country and city that you guys are watching from. No pressure if you don't want to join the conversation. 4, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it helps in growing the channel. And 5, like I mentioned earlier, do not forget to sign up for our membership for exclusive videos, exclusive lives, and exclusive access to our new segment, Run It by Trent, all right, starting in a few weeks. For those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I am the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please make sure you follow us on Instagram, The Trent Out Loud Show. We are working very, very hard on that Instagram page, giving you guys up-to-the-date information, entertainment, political. We'll even put some clips of the show. It's very active. Make sure you're going to follow that page. It's really fun and very interactive. I love to see all your comments in there. So make sure you follow The Trend Out Loud Show on Instagram. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget to watch The Fight Tonight on Netflix. Carmelo Alvarez and Bud. Let me know who you're going for in the comment section below. I'm out. Have a great Saturday or Sunday morning, man. It's my Sunday morning, so it's bright and sunny outside wherever you are. Have a great night or day, guys. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.